And here we have Safeco Field, T-Mobile Park. This is where the Mariners are going to play the fourth game in their playoff series tonight. I won't be here to see it, but Kelly will be cheering them on. And so anyway, it is 2-2 now. So this here is an important game for the Mariners to regain the lead. They had 2-0, then the Blue Jays won 2 in a row, big time. So anyway, you can see that the people are already crowding around here. The game is at 3 or 3:30, so it's going to be a busy one. Look at that. Event parking, $100. $100. We were joking that it would be cheaper to park illegally, get a parking ticket, and then pay that. Okay, so I am on my way eastbound to a yet-to-be-determined campground. I will keep you posted. Alright, here's a new one. My radiator cap blew apart. So here's the spring that was in it. Here's the cap itself. This is my Mishimoto cap. It's supposed to be a good cap. And this thing here, yeah. You know, it's kind of like I go back to Beavis and Butthead once said, famously, you ever notice how stuff sucks? So that is my question. You ever notice how stuff sucks? So anyway, fortunately, I do have a spare radiator cap, and I'll put that back on here. Be nice to be able to hose off the engine here, get rid of all that, but son of a bitch. All right, let me see if I got my other cap. And then I have to go get my antifreeze and dig all that crud out. Never a dull moment. Okay, there you go. I've actually got a couple of them. Not sure which one is the better one. That says Ford on it, so I'll use it. Okay, so let me, I'm at the Olali State Park. I guess it's like a day use park. So anyway, all right, let me get this fixed up. Never a dull moment. So you can see my water coolant level is good there. That's where it should be. And over here, you can see that I've got 10 psi. The truck's been sitting for about 20 minutes. So we'll see how it goes. It's kind of funny how things overheat and then don't overheat. Anyway, hang tough. There's always some sort of a traffic kerfuffle going on. Coming up to Vantage on the Columbia River, and they are repaving the bridge out here. So we're just gonna enjoy the little slowdown here. It's not too bad. Friday, 4:20 or so. There's a Mariners game tonight for the playoffs, so traffic is probably reduced over here. There's a restaurant just up here. Take the exit, and over on the left, I think it's called like the something ranch or something, but it's supposed to have pretty good, decent hamburgers in there, so I'll have to try that. Next time I get out this way. There is the Vantage Bridge over there. And there is the sign, Vantage Hunsinger Road. And to the right is a state park. Not sure what the name of the state park is. And then also farther up to the left is a Ginkgo petrified forest, which is interesting to see too. Okay, I'm gonna drive. I've made it to the Moses Lake Walmart, where I am currently Waldocking tonight, and I'll go up to my next destination in the morning. Made myself a quick ham sandwich, just one slice of bread, one slice of ham, mayo, hot sweet mustard, cheese, tomato, and a little bit of onion, and a little bit of spinach. So it was pretty tasty. Then, what else we got going here? So I went and got $388 worth of food. Now, it doesn't really look like it in here, but I did get several meat items: hamburger, pork chops, bacon. There's the 3/8 inch or so thick cut bacon, and what else? London broil, and then some veggies and stuff for chips. So that'll do pretty good. And then I've got my bottle of wine, 2 beers, and then an assortment of rum and Tanqueray gin. So let's, okay, so then also I have a can of, or a bag of canned stuff, quick and easy to make. And over here I've got some more canned stuff. Gourmet crunchy peanut butter, very important. So let's take a quick gander outside here at the parking lot and see how many people are in the neighborhood tonight. This is my new porch light. There we go. Let me close the doors so that I don't lose all my heat. All right, what do we got? We've got one trailer there. Looks like it is just me, and there are actually 2 trailers. There's the one here, which you can't barely see my finger, and then there's another one over there. And there might be somebody on the other side of that too, I'm not sure. Oh, there goes my new porch light motion sensor. Love it, love it. Okay, let's go back inside. It's freezing out here. Okay, that is the update. I am going to just clean up a little bit here, put things away, tidy up, and go to bed. It is 10:30 now. So anyway, all right, I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, let's see just what I think of this coffee. Stumptown Coffee Roasters. What do they call that? Hairbender. $16.99 for this bag at Walmart. Very pricey. Here is my rolling boil water. And putting into the pour over filter holder. You can see the coffee foaming up quite a bit. Keep the grounds down into the boiling water. I like to make my coffee using water that is scalding hot, rolling boil. Looks like this one's going to take a little while to run through the filter. It's a lighter roast than I usually get. This will help get rid of the sleepy eyes. It's about 9:30 or so. Just waking up here in the Moses Lake, Washington Walmart parking lot. I was Waldocking last night. One night you can stay here. And it's worked out really well. It wasn't very loud. There were a couple of semi-trucks around me. Need more Wawa. This is almost an entire bottle of Arrowhead, 16 ounce. And that's 2 rounded tablespoons of coffee. It's still coming up. Okay, well, this is just probably overly exciting to watch. So let me hold this for a second. I'll put my milk in the coffee and then give it a taste test. Alright, the coffee is all drained down, and yeah, the grounds look a little different. The coffee actually ground sounded like it was harder than my usual coffee Fidalgo French roast. Okay, let's put that there. Put my creamer in here. This is Horizon Organic half and half. I have to pay homage to Paul, who got me into the half and half in my coffee. Usually I just use whole milk, but if you're having a more gourmet cup of coffee, half and half is a good touch. Alright, let us see how this tastes. Okay, let's go to the scary view now. Good morning. Oh, get that finger out of the way. Alright, there we go. We are pose perfect. I'm supposed to be looking into the lens there, so it looks like I'm looking at you. Alright, cheers. Not bad. It's better than most light roasts. I thought I was getting a dark roast with this, but it is a light roast. Anyway, tastes pretty good. So there you go. A pour over coffee in the morning, re-ricious. All right, let's get this day started here. All right, let's go look outside and see what kind of a day we have here. How many people are in the neighborhood? Okay, so this truck is gone. That truck is still there. Okay, so there's a Class A towing an El Camino here. You see that, and looks like a motorcycle in the back of the El Camino. Another black vehicle. People are sleeping in it up there in the far corner. There was a trailer there where that car's parked, and another one here last night. Looks like they're gone. Okay, and then I've got my reinforced corner here, which is doing nicely, all caulked, sealed up. All right, well, let's get this shoe on the road. Okay, we are just leaving the town of Odessa. See, it's all farmland. Alright, we're on a Highway 21 here, and we're at a part of the road coming down to Lake Roosevelt. You see Lake Roosevelt there in the distance. Lake Roosevelt is actually part of the Columbia River. It is what I believe is behind the Grand Coulee Dam. So we are coming down a very windy road. Look at that. Truck is driving magnificently. And you can see the fall colors up in there. All right, let us continue. Okay, so we can continue on down the canyon here. The GoPro really doesn't do much justice to the view. See the game trails over along the hillside there. Never driven down this road. It's pretty. Down in the canyon to the left, you can really see the fall colors coming out. There's a little turnout for people to enjoy. Sharp turn, lots of sharp turns. Pretty sweet. One of the neater drives I've gone on in a while. House up there on the hillside. We got another house over here. And there's Lake Roosevelt. This will be interesting. I've never taken this ferry before, so we'll see what that's about. This is the Keller Ferry crossing waiting area. There's a rest stop here. Limit your stay to 8 hours, no camping. And I don't know how they differentiate that from spending 8 hours there sleeping in your vehicle to no camping. They're probably trying to push you out of here and into one of the several RV parks nearby. So here's the dock. And if you look, the ferry is way over there. And it's a free ferry, so it's kind of cool. No other vehicles waiting. Okay. Sweet. The Sam Pole, or Sam Poil, and then it has a Indian native translation below it, I believe. Okay. So yeah, just a much smaller version of a state ferry. And there is a truck camper. All right.
Not a regular.
Me, no. First time I've ever been on the ferry here. On my way over to the Republic and then Innes Valley Road, and got friends there. But yeah, very nice. I was gonna maybe spend the night at the campground over there, but I'm trying to get up to that 13-mile campground. Yeah, is that pretty nice, or?
I can't remember which one the 13 mile is.
Well, I guess it's like 13 miles up before Republic.
Yeah, 13 miles is Swift River. I don't think I've ever stayed there.
No? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's north off the reservation. I think about 19 is where they get off the reservation.
Okay.
I think.
I see you've got your fishing rod handy.
Not mine, actually. That belongs to the pilot up there. We have a really real long dry spell. I'm not much of a fisherman myself.
Well, you know.
I know I get invited sometimes by my friends that live around here. It's like, how can you live around here and not fish?
Yeah. Radiator, my problems will be over. Yeah. All right, well,
Hey, have a good trip.
you bet. All right, and we are here on the other side. Okay. So let me hop in here, and we will get going. Pull over there and get my propane turned back on. Yeah, nice guy. Real nice guy. Not a fisherman, though. He's on one of the best lakes for fishing, and he's not a fisherman. Oh, terrible. Just terrible. There goes that. I get to go, and the others get to wait. Waiting for the signal. So there Lake Roosevelt. Got kind of a steep entry here too, so let us not hit it too hard. Alright, and there we go. There's a little waiting area. I don't know how long the line gets, but I would imagine it can get pretty long. And I think there should be a waiting area over here too, I would think. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so you can stay here and camp if you wanted. Alright, well anyway, we are on the road again. Okay, so this is Lake Roosevelt, and there is the lone duck. But yeah, you just look at this place. It's beautiful. Not sure what that is. All right. And once again, the old truck is running beautifully. Love it. Definitely going to have to come back over here and spend some time exploring just a lot of stuff around here that needs to be seen. We're running into some real nice fall colors. Looks like we actually just passed through them all. Bunch of logs, and over here there was a fire. And so we are starting to see some colors again here. Logging equipment. This is where we're going to spend the night tonight. The 13-mile campground. And it's a little campground. It's actually a trailhead. There's the outhouse, bear box next to it. And right over there is the trailhead. You see the post over there. They got a sign-in sheet and all that. So it looks like you could camp there, but it's mostly for trailhead parking. So I had to get ramps set up under here. Oh, I guess I pulled a little farther forward than I thought on those. I better back up a little bit. So I've got the front wheel up here. And over here. And the left rear didn't need anything. The rest of the campsite here, this is a pretty good sized pull-through. There's one that's a pull-through here. And people left cans and paper towels in the fire pit. There is firewood over there. Can clean that out. This is a little island in the middle of the loop. And it looks like you can back a horse trailer up to that and unload your stock. So there you see the pull-through here. And if you get your ramps out and leveling stuff, you can get pretty good. You know, you see how I am up there. So I'm pretty level, a little bit of a downward slope, but that's okay because I sleep with my feet into the front of the cab and my head to the back. And so that way I'm kind of sleeping with my head at the top of the slope down. It works out pretty good. Nice big tall pine tree. We did have the place all to ourselves, but it looks like somebody else came in while I was tidying up and getting in position. Okay. That's all right. They're far enough away from me. I don't care. Okay, so now we are at the bottom of the loop. You can see the truck camper up there. Here's another site here. And they've got a picnic table over there. It's a little bit beat up. And then, if you look over here, this is where there looks like it used to have a site. And possibly even two sites next to each other. Then up here, you can see there's a white stake up there, and that might have been another site over there too. And this is the view from the campground. Not so much of my site, but stupid mosquito. But yeah, that's pretty cool. You see a truck camper at the bottom right. Yeah, you find these little gems. 13-mile trailhead campground. Highway 21 up by Republic. There's a turnaround here at the entrance. There's Highway 21 right there. Did not hear very much traffic from the road last night. So we do have the guy camped there is a hunter, and he's I like the way his method. He likes to go out into the forest. He's not one of these roadside hunters or anything, and he's here with his dad, and so very, very respectful. I hope he gets his prize. So here you see it, 13-mile trailhead, Colville National Forest, U.S. Department of Agriculture, Colville Confederated Tribes. And what does our little notice say? Basic camping rules. Respectful, blah, 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 blah. Quiet is 10 to 6 a.m., 10 p.m., 6 a.m. So, yeah, it's the usual stuff. Free campground. Can't go wrong with that. And there you go. All right, well, let's go get camp set up and make something for Din Din. And I will see you later.